we're back. I know it's not been that long since we've last played, but I was originally going to do a horror game tonight, but it's not really a great night for a horror game. So we're going to do some more The Roottrees Are Dead. Arne, just real quickly, I saw your comment, I approved it, and then it disappeared. So you may see your comment, just know that I can't find it anywhere. It's completely disappeared off of YouTube Studio. And I tried to follow the video URL to see your comment like you would any other comment of any other video that you would watch outside of Studio. And it shows me that there is one comment, which I assume is yours, but it's completely hidden to me. I can't access it. But I think I remember what you wrote. But if you're wondering why I haven't addressed you, why I haven't addressed your comment, that's why it completely disappeared. It's hidden from view from me after I approved it. So I don't know what's going on. But so I know you said something about Ernie. I think you said that Ernie is not in the right place. If you could repeat that comment for me, I'd appreciate it. Don't ever worry about bothering me by leaving a comment, giving me hints. I have ended so many games that I was really enjoying because I got stuck and couldn't progress. The important thing is I progress, and since I'm doing these gameplays for the channel, I want progression with every single video. So by all means, if you see I have a name in the wrong place, just let me know. You can say, hey, that name does not belong there. If you want to like hints or push me toward the right direction, if you have an idea of where I should look, it's always appreciated. As long as you don't give me direct spoilers, don't worry about it. You can give me as many hints as you like. I know you had a lot of fun playing this game. I'm having a great time playing it as well. I played through half of Return of the Obra Dinn with a hint guide, so don't feel like don't feel like you're doing anything wrong by giving me a hint. I'm more than happy to be pointed in the right direction. You are very much appreciated. But yeah, so I do remember you said something about the email address. I think you said that we could search it. So let's give that a try. Prodigy. Okay, I thought it was progeny, but it's prodigy. Okay. Ah, there we go. Okay, you find a simple page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997 on Prodigy that lists the author's email address as chrisrav75 at prodigy.us. Below a couple of GIFs, it says under construction. There are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned me and my fiance. I think they're trying to say fiance. That's not how you spell that. Lulu. A painting I did for my first year of college that I planned to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans. When is this game taking place? It's 98, right? There is an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist's statement says, we had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said that I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, he swims for Yukon, and Bethany's yearbook picture. She's Davy's younger sister. And Stephanie, who is an only child. So there is a Stephanie Jones. I remember that. Now this is, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the guy that mentioned the root tree curse. So I'm going to assume this person may be in the bloodline, but not like he's obviously not close with his kin. So, Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousin's photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You've downloaded a new application, Pixpox, to edit the photos. Okay, so sounds like we've got a puzzle here. The art piece was found on a portfolio of college student Chris Rafferty. It was referred to as self-portrait of me and my fiance. Yeah, I knew they were misspelling that. Lulu. That's very sweet. Let's go ahead and get pictures just in case. They do look very sweet together. Okay. So, what is the other one? Okay. Okay. Cousin's art project. It is said to include pictures of Davy and Bethany and Stephanie, who is an only child. Perhaps you could extract them using an application on your PC. Okay, so what is the Pixpop? The best free photo editor. Oh, she's very pretty. Okay, we just need it there. There. There we go. And then, what's this one? Oh, this is fun. I like this. Okay. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I wonder what this is going to say. It's going to be important. Middle school. Middle school. There's like a little indentation here. Oh, I see. Okay. Perfect. I was like, wait a sec, that's right. And then I was like, oh, there's something not right here. Okay. So now we're going to do this one. Oh gosh, what is this? Well, this is going to be the one that swims. So, oh, this is going to move the whole thing. Need help? I could use this. Just you know what? Just to save time. Thank you. Just to save time because I don't want to sit here for an hour. Okay. All right. So let's see. So one of them's Bethany, one of them's Stephanie, one, and then he is Chris. So, okay. So this is a middle school, something middle school. Dichotomai. Is that what it? Oh, dichotomy. Okay. Huh. What does dichotomy mean? I have pulled up a thing here so I can do a simple search. I've seen it written before, I just don't. Division of one whole thing into two parts that are completely separate and often treated as opposites, like good versus evil or theory versus practice, implies that everything in that context must fit into one side or the other with no overlap. Is that a reference to twins? Dichotomy versus binary thinking. Dichotomy in astronomy. Okay. All right. Wait. What's the other one? Bifurcation. Dichotomy and bifurcation. Doesn't that mean to split up? Bifurcation? I've seen it written. I've never had to use it in real life. Bifurcation means the splitting of something into two parts, branches, or paths. It can refer to both the act of dividing, like a road or river that splits, and the point where the split happens. So both words have a reference to halves, which makes me think twins. But I don't know. Okay, there's one more piece of this one. I'm going to take a picture of him. I don't get it. I think they were talking about twins. It's the only thing that would make sense to me, but I'm probably way off. Also, if he can't spell fiance, why is he using words like dichotomy and bifurcation? I'm just saying. Also, he's using 3 subjects. When it's about halves. So, okay, so what if we just type in both words? Yeah, nothing. Yeah, I've hit a dead end because I'm not quite getting the connection. This line has Rafferty, but there's not. I'm pretty sure this is correct. Did I say, what did they say who was correct? Gosh, I wish I had a thing that told me. I'm going to take a hint. Try talking through. Okay. Watchman of the Year mentioned a magazine. Okay. I want you to know I've gone through this entire time without having to use a little ducky. Watchman of the Year. Business Watch. Business Watch has awarded Watchman of the Year to many people throughout the years. Every 10 years they publish the full list again. You search the most recent list, and the only names you recognize are Elias Roottrees in 1936 and Carl Roottrees in 1987. Every 10 years they publish the full list again. Okay, so that doesn't really help me. That doesn't help me one bit. I can always change something, even if it doesn't make sense to me. I can try. I think this is correct because he's a jingle writer. I think that's correct. So I guess maybe this one? James does have kind of reddish hair. It's Chris Rafferty. Oh my gosh, I know there's something I'm just like, Chris Rafferty. Here. Oh my gosh, I'm so thick. I'm so thick. Hold on, he goes right here, doesn't he? Wait, yeah, here he is. And then, what did he say her name was? Lulu. It's Lulu, right? Okay, we're gonna do the name. Chris Rafferty. Do I say artist or college student? Okay. We'll do her name is Lulu. I bet this is Garcia. And we'll add her photo. Did he say he graduated or did it say that? Because I could say college student, but if he's graduated, I could say, I could say, it says college student. We're going to go with college student. Because I was going to say artist, but he's not professionally an artist. He's still in college. Okay. So I'm going to assume that is correct. Right, which would, again, further that this is correct. So it could be that his cousins are here. And like I said, this could all be wrong. We could try that. This could be, he said one of them was an only child, right? Which one was the only child again? Okay, hold on. Okay. Stephanie is the only child. Bethany's yearbook picture. So Davy and Bethany are. So that's Stephanie. That's Davy, and that is Bethany. So Davy and Bethany Kellogg. Okay, assuming this is completely wrong. Assuming this is completely wrong, we will try. So we will. And then Bethany Kellogg. And she is in student. Okay, let's focus on Stephanie. Stephanie's blonde. She could be his kid. What did I put for his name? It's Roottrees, right? Elias Roottrees. Could she be here? Because she does look older. What did it say about her? Hold on. Okay, look at the... It doesn't say her age. What is her does he have green eyes? I mean, he's... What? We don't know her last name. We could try it. What do we have for Stephanie? We have Landon and we have Cottrell. I don't have any... Let's try Stephanie Cottrell. Because that has to be her name. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, again, the only hint I derive from these words is like twins or family line. Like I maybe the two siblings are different than their cousin. I don't know. Like I looked up the meaning of those words, but I'm not sure. She could be here. Okay, we'll do another hint. Okay. Yeah, I know that. I did that. I did that. Do you have any other hints? Oh, that's the only hints it's going to give me. Okay, well, we'll try it again. I did this, but okay. Apparently I didn't. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987 for his work with Root. The cover and a summary of the article has been added to your evidence. Okay, sorry guys. I thought I had already done all this. But I guess not. Here we go. Oh, look at how handsome he is. Grabs life by the roots. We'll grab another picture just in case. Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987. A photo of him appears on the cover. According to the cover, Business Watch is the magazine for and about corporate leaders and has ongoing coverage of who's who in the corporate world. Carl was chosen not for his work at Roottrees Candy, but rather a clothing company, Root. There's a brief history. Before they married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin Jim Roottrees, a notable singer who had a younger daughter around the same age as Raina. Hold up. 1 second. Jim. He had a younger daughter the same age as Raina. Well, these pictures are much younger than. Wait, are they around the time that they died? No, because one got married. One got married. So we're gonna go ahead and add his next photo. Just so I don't be like, why do I have these extra photos? So he has a daughter. Younger daughter. So here would be the younger daughter. It's possible this is where Stephanie goes. It's possible. It would be Stephanie Cottrell, though. So no, never mind. It's not possible. Wait, what else did it say? No. Here. A notable singer had a younger daughter around the same age as Raina. Word spread. By 1982, Brenda's patterns were being copied by other brands. Seeing the demand, Carl and his second cousin, Ernie Jr., who had just become president of Roottrees at the time, spearheaded Root. Other blood relatives who have a say in the company's finances refused to fund anything other than candy, so Carl personally spent his entire inheritance to bankroll the clothing company. When the profits began to appear, however, the rest of the family changed their tune. I bet they did. They repaid his investment, and now Root exists under the umbrella of the candy company, and they all benefit. Per tradition, or perhaps superstition, new clothes always debuted the way the first ones did. Raina became the catalog's cover model. As she grew, the product line expanded to older kids as well. Her younger sisters were then recruited to show off the baby clothes. Carl was voted Watchman of the Year primarily for his personal gamble and the ensuing payoff. Yeah, well, you know what? They kind of deserve it. Spearheaded. They keep talking about a catalog. Be a great way to get pictures, but I couldn't find the catalog. I know her mother was on a catalog or one of the catalog covers. Okay. So look, there's the pictures in his office. The pictures. Okay. All right. So we did find something there. All right, what other hints are you going to get me? Elias started the family business. Surely must have received some attention in the media. Yeah, didn't we already? We already did that, right? Well, I could look it up. I thought I'd already done the other thing, so we'll look it up. Okay, so Elias Roottrees. Elias appeared in the Butler County Times quite often. Almost everything you find in the first few pages of results are the same type of things you can find with a basic internet search. He invented 5 pieces, was Watchman of the Year, and had a strong focus on family. Yes, I know all of this. See what it says. Elias Roottrees was awarded Watchman of the Year in 1936 for his accomplishment of rolling out 5 pieces to a global market. Notes from the article and a scan someone made of the cover have been added to your evidence. Thank you kindly. Oh, that's a dapper suit. Elias Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appears on the cover. Oh, that's a painting. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Inside the article is a timeline of 5 pieces. 1908, Elias forms the Roottrees Candy Company after marrying his wife, who inherited a maple farm. During the period before 5 pieces, the company was barely profitable. Well, good for him. 1909, Elias has a daughter, the first of 5 children. 4 more would follow. Okay, let's take a look. Yep. Right here. Right here. First child was a daughter. I was correct on that. Which would mean the first son has to be, well, it doesn't have to be, but is usually, the first son is usually named after the father. If you're going to name a child after the parent, it will usually be the firstborn of that gender. Unless you want to change the name for, um, like you want to, where Joseph can become Josephine, right? So let's say a family, the father's name is Joe, they have their firstborn is a daughter, or they only have daughters. They may choose to name one of the daughters Josephine in honor of the father, right? So that's usually how that works, at least in the States. I don't know how it works elsewhere, but that's usually how it is in the States. I should know because we do that in my family. Okay. So, where, oh, back here. Um, 1922, Elias invents 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. 1924, 5 pieces are first sold in some Pittsburgh markets. 1926, 5 pieces are rolled out to all of New England. 1928, the new recipe and flavor is finalized, and the candy begins nationwide distribution in department stores and other shops everywhere. 1935, the Roottrees Candy Company purchases every available maple farm in Pennsylvania in preparation for their global rollout. 1935, with the help of his son Elias Roottrees Jr.'s architecture firm, a new industrialized factory and warehouse are built in Butler County. I wonder if there's any kind of news articles about that. 1936, production is tripled and worldwide distribution begins. There's also a What's Next section that claims Elias is going to pivot to ensuring his company's legacy and that the Roottrees Candy Company remains a family business. He plans to do this with the Clancy Trust, which we read about. Okay. So most of this stuff we already know. Actually, all of it we know. I don't think there's anything here because we already know about the 5 pieces, and I think we figured out who each of the initials are. So we've got everything here. So let me see. What is the next hint? One of the diary entries offhandedly mentions a relative appearing in a publication. Okay. All right. Appearing in a publication. I assume it's this diary. And Starlet. Okay. All right. Periodicals. Starlet. That would be Gwen. Gwen Roottrees was often in Starlet. Most mentions were around the time of her divorce in 1958 from Wild Bill Williams. Thank you. Okay, that is exactly what I needed. 1958. Bill Williams. So would it be William Williams? What did I find about Bill Williams? Oh my gosh. Okay. You know what? I could have just done the history. Yeah, it's fine. What is his real name? I need to know what his real name. Grew up in Paris, France. You know what? Let me finish reading the article. Let me finish reading the article. The gossip is speculative and full of tabloid stereotypes. Some of it focuses on the fact that when she announced her divorce, she also announced she was pregnant again. Others mentioned that the rumor is Wild Bill had multiple affairs, which left her heartbroken. There is also an interview from earlier in mid-1957 where she was asked about her last name. She answered, "The power of a name is undeniable. My grandfather constantly preached the importance of family names and honoring them. My father decided to bless me with a famous name. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power." Cornwall. Hold up. Cornwall. Who's Cornwall? Linus. Gotcha. Which means this is not correct. Where is... I don't know where I got Ernest Madsen. I don't know. Um, we need to find... There's nobody with the last name Williams? There's nobody with the last... Williams can't be his real name then. Yeah, it's not his real name. It can't be his real name. We're going to say unknown male. There we go. I made that way harder than it needed to be. So then this name is not correct. Unknown male. Unknown name. We could say unknown male. No, maybe that's a specific category. We'll just say unknown name. Okay. Okay. We don't, that's not right. That's not right. We don't. Unknown occupation. But he's going to be a director, and we're probably going to wind up swapping these two, aren't we? We're going to wind up swapping these two. Because I was like, they don't look the right age. I'm going to put director, because I know he's a director. Or I'm pretty sure he's a director. We're going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. So would his last name be Kellogg? Would he be David Kellogg the third? So then wouldn't that mean she'd have to be, well, no, not necessarily, because David Kellogg the second could be the grandfather. Or if they're adopted, which there was a period of time in the 40s and 50s. Actually, I think it was the 30s, 40s, and 50s. It was not uncommon for celebrities to arrange adoptions from like overseas or wherever, or not even just like there was something about, there were strict rules about adoptions in the United States. I think Joan Crawford, for her first two children, I think she had to make some sort of arrangement like under the table. Like, I'm not sure exactly what she did, but I don't think she could adopt the normal way in the United States. And she really, really wanted children. So I think she had to make certain arrangements. That's very possible that that's what's happened. Here, now they do look like her, although actually the noses aren't right. The eyes look right though, and they've got the blonde hair. Who knows? Maybe they're her kids, but she didn't have them with her spouse. They are talking about infidelity here, although it is on Wild Bill's side, but it's possible she had affairs of her own. Okay, let's see. Okay, wait. There's nothing wrong with Cornwall, but Roottrees has power. My husband similarly goes by Wild Bill. It is an infamous name he repurposed for himself because he didn't have the benefit of being born with a famous one. But Wild, combined with the alliteration Williams, is incredibly memorable. Although we relocated to Paris, I know your readers love to keep up with my husband, so consider this a Starlet exclusive about both of us. Wild Bill and I have a child on the way, and we're sticking with Roottrees for the last name, not Williams. But we also plan to lean into alliteration. That's how we honor both our family names for the next gen. Alliteration. Alliteration. Okay, so her kids are going to have the name. Let me see that list of names. Let me have that list of names. I don't want this. Here. What names have an alliteration? Unless it's Robert and Ronald Roottrees, that kind of works. Good golly gumdrops. Could be Ronald and Robert. Let's give it a try. Which do we think? We'll just flip it. Let's try Ronald. Yes. See, Anne, hints are helpful. I figured that out. I just had a little push. It's wonderful. Okay, so since we know Ronald's root tree, let's do Robert because we know who Robert is. We're gonna get rid of this director because we don't know what his profession is. Okay, perfect. So that means that this is incorrect, right? So, and we don't know. I'm guessing on that. And there would be no reason why her last name is Cottrell unless again that he took his wife's name. So I have to figure out. I really don't think it's over here. I really don't. I'm not sure. Could be over here. I could be completely wrong about this. I don't, which would mean this. It's not. Well. All right, let's call it a day. I'm going to try to edit this to make this make sense. Anne, if you will just, when you watch this, if you just leave me what you said about Ernest, and if you want to give me a hint in regard to that, that's wonderful. But at least we got three more guys. I can keep doing the hints thing. Like I said, we did a lot of this board without the hint system. So, and we'll get it figured out. I think once I bang these out, it's going to help quite a bit. I'm really interested to see what's going on here. Okay, but wait a second. Now, does that mean it means one of these sued the? I'm telling you, these two are adopted, and that would explain why one sued the company. But these are not. Well, we're gonna keep them up here for now because at least I know, like, I've got their names and professions down. I just need to figure out where they go, which means I've got the generation above them incorrect. Because there's only like 3 spots that they can go. So, yeah, we're going to end the video here. I'm going to edit it, and it'll probably be a little bit shorter than normal just because I'm going to take out a whole bunch of stuff. But thank you guys so much for watching, and hopefully next time someone leaves a comment, it won't disappear. Thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all have a terrific weekend. And love you guys. Hit that like, subscribe. I always forget to say that until the end. Like, subscribe. Please, please like the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.